And it's Jim from Match the Hatch Fishing. It is November 17th. It's a Friday, and I've decided to come back to Cedar Creek. I was supposed to be steelhead fishing with all of my friends from PPTU, and I bailed because the weather forecasts were not favorable for rain. But of course now it's raining today with 20 guys up in Erie. I hope they catch them. Yesterday I went to Mossy Creek and fished with Nick Seacrest, and the conditions were very challenging. Low water, bluebird skies. Caught 8 or 9 fish, some big ones, and decided to come back to Cedar Creek here today. Double Spur Outfitters. It was on the way home. Was here a few weeks ago. I come here 2 or 3 times a year. You pay to fish. Levi Pitcock owns the place. He does a great job putting in big fish. You can keep, I think, up to 6 if you like. And I've immediately hiked to the furthest place upstream. I shouldn't say hike, I should say walk. Maybe it's a half a mile. And today I'm going to try to do my best to show people what I'm using and to talk people through what I'm doing. And to that end, immediately, what I'm doing here is the water flow appears to be just a tad higher, and fish are actually rising in front of me. And this is kind of the, let's say, the biggest spot upstream to swim. But I've already decided prior to seeing that to nymph today. So on my bottom, my top fly is about a size 16, almost looks like a, oh boy, I'm not quite sure, maybe a hare's ear. And then below that I've got a size 20 black zebra midge. And there's some flow here. I kind of need to get to the other side and go up to that area though, as a lefty, and having fished this before quite a few times. And there's going to be, you know, a total of 6 anglers here. So again, I tried to just get away from guys immediately. These fish were very, very spooky the last time I was here. Yeah, there's clearly some more water, so that's a good thing. And you can see them actually rising. And so I've got my Scott-centric 5-weight, my Lamson Guru reel. I use this rod here and at Mossy because it's the heaviest weighted 5-weight I have. It's not heaviest, not heaviest weighted. It's the most, it's the stiffest. And for this nymphing to work, I'm going to need some water flow. So we're going to see what happens pretty quickly. The last time I was here, I couldn't catch him nymphing because there just wasn't enough water flow. So it was all streamer fishing. And again, this is the rig I'm fishing. Got a 12-inch dropper. This is 5X fluorocarbon. The line is, again, a 9-foot Rio 4X trout leader. And boy, look, I'm right back at it. I've put on a fairly light in weight woolly bugger. Dark, almost a thin mint. Not quite. It's got some legs. This is a Mossy Creek fly. And I didn't put on a heavy one because I'm thinking that as it kind of just floats downstream, it'll suspend, and if I can just stay tight to it and watch the tip of my fly line, I should be able to see a strike. And it's going to have to be a good bite. Nudge it along here. Let's just hope that that'll wait. As I come up, the fish are going to move there. They'll settle in. No one else is up here. It's why I come up here. Guys just immediately just, you know, walk to the bridge or someplace close and drop in. And there's a ton of fish everywhere. So it's plenty deep here. There's flow. Now I got to figure them out. I am back recording. I haven't gotten a bite yet, but I've done a fair amount of gardening here, so that way I'm not that likely to keep getting caught up on these little kind of stick-ups, bushes, trees. It's not to say that I won't, but I improved my chances if I pay attention to my back casts. Of course I just did that. Well, it's because I wasn't paying attention and my cast got wonky. Okay. Just can't seem to get that fly to land straight, although they're certainly paying attention to it. I think if I make a better presentation, I'm gonna have a chance to get a bite or two here. I just know if I step in the water, I'm gonna spook them with my silt. Not what I want. I want it to go to my left. Alright, so with these fish seeming to rise, one just rose there, I've put on a dry dropper. This is a MacGyver Mike special. He could not make it today, my good fishing buddy. It almost looks like a caddis, and then on 5X fluorocarbon underneath it, I have this little green fly. It's an 18 or a 20. Yeah, the wind's blowing the wrong direction for me to do this now. Let's hope it changes. I think it's, and I'm not real sure if it's an emerger, but something makes me think it might be. And let's just see. They're all over it right there. If I dropped the fly, the dry fly that I wanted, and couldn't find it. So I've got this fly here with a post on it, and just a bit of a more colorful, I guess 18 underneath it. It's got some flash to it. And of course the fish have stopped rising, and the 10 minutes it's taken me to do something it should have taken me, 4 minutes to do, 3 minutes. Oh, I guess they still are rising. My head's been down. This is a MacGyver Mike dry fly. It kind of looks like a caddis or something dark. Well, they continue to rise, so okay. I just figured that I'd be able to see this better. And the midge I had underneath, or kind of the emerger, had kind of come apart. And I clearly see that better. Well, that's good. Let's see if the fish like it. And the one underneath it again is about an 18. It's green. It looks, I think, like an emerger pattern with some flash to it. And the fish are all over it. I dropped the fly, the dry fly that I wanted, and couldn't find it. So I've got this fly here with a post on it, and just a bit of a more colorful, I guess 18 underneath it. It's got some flash to it. And of course the fish have stopped rising, and the 10 minutes it's taken me to do something it should have taken me, 4 minutes to do, 3 minutes. Oh, I guess they still are rising. My head's been down. This is a MacGyver Mike dry fly. It kind of looks like a caddis or something dark. Well, they continue to rise, so okay. I just figured that I'd be able to see this better. And the midge I had underneath, or kind of the emerger, had kind of come apart. And I clearly see that better. Well, that's good. Let's see if the fish like it. And the one underneath it again is about an 18. It's green. It looks, I think, like an emerger pattern with some flash to it. And the fish are all over it. No, they're not going to pay attention to it unless I get it in the flow. Well, that's one way to get it in the flow like that and drag it over. Let's see. Yep. I say drag it over, and it went down, and this fish ate the midge. That's, boy, that's just crazy. I always like to get the fly line up because I step all over it. I'll take him all day long. So the fish continue to be to my left, just kind of sitting there. So what I've done is I've tied on I hate to do this here at Cedar Creek. I've tied on 5X tippet. I've got an egg pattern on with a bobber, and I'm gonna just put it in their noses and see if I can get a bite. Come on, there he is. And I've got 5X on, don't I? I saw him pick it up. Sure hope I tie good knots. All right, egg pattern. He is paddling. And I'm just reluctant to put any more pressure on him with 5X and a blood knot here. All right, all right, all right. Let's yeah, that should hunt pretty good in there. But all the fish are up in that flat. It's almost as if they feel me and they feel the pressure of me casting. Yeah, that's a good one. Boy, he really clobbered that. Got a jumper. Alright, this egg pattern from this position right about now seems to be the ticket. And the egg is out immediately. And that's really good. Alright, we're going to just let him go right away. We're going to try to let him go right away, and we do. This section's much deeper. The fish seem to all be in the shallow, and then I'll see several moving in the deeper area. When I fish the deeper area, I don't think that the egg is deep enough. So if I were to adjust it, I'd have to constantly fish there. But there's 20 fish in the shallows over here, and I have 2 feet of line underneath the strike indicator, and the eggs still bounce on the bottom. So that fish, which I thought was going to eat it, would literally have to pick it up off the bottom. I guess the only other thing I could do would be, there he is, dry dropper, but why bother if that happens, right? And they don't care about the strike indicator. So, I mean, that's the third one here. Oh, okay, well. That's where I want to be. It's just off the bottom, I can see it. Oh. He had it the whole time. Nah, I called that right. That's the area. This fish doesn't know he's hooked. Either that or this fish is way too docile for its size. Look at the other swimming with it. Boy, that egg is barely in his mouth, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of had the feeling that was going to happen. This fish is paddling. Strong fish. I have 5X with a blood knot. Alright. Let's go. Get him in here. I do want to catch him. You gotta tie her out here, buddy. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. Long handle net. Yeah, big boy. He's big boy. Barbless is out. Look at him. Well, after a well-needed lunch break, it's just beautiful out there. It's warm, overcast. I saw two guys head upstream where I was. I don't know where they dropped in, but one of them peered in on me previously. So there's not much water in here, but there's always fish in here, and I can see a bunch. I'm gonna try to use this egg on a make it even shorter on the same setup that I had before, which is going to be challenging. I thought I was pretty tight too. I just somehow missed him. Ah, that was a good fish. God, they're just almost mouthing it. There he is. Could see him mouth it. Perfect. Barbless hooks. All right, well, the egg. Well, I guess the strike indicator could be about 18 inches from the egg, and just so long as it's moving and it's not dragging on the bottom, a fish will eat it. Oh, my goodness. Man, this big one. Oh yeah. Oh, I only have 5X on, right? Yeah. Now I'm remembering that. This fish jumps, I'm gonna lose him on the 5X. I'm gonna lose him on the barbless is what I'm gonna lose him on. Something new every day here at Cedar Creek. Another quality trout. Happy to have him. Welcome to the game. Oh, I think I broke it off. Yup. He's got that in his mouth. I'm going to change over to 4X. I snapped it right off. Okay, so back at it. So I have caught good ones here already on the egg pattern, and I probably had the biggest one so far, and I snapped the egg off right in his mouth on 5X. I presume it had been worn a little bit, so I immediately tied on 4X tippet there, and I just grabbed the next egg I had used previously, which is the pink or salmon color. And it seems if I get these eggs in the right area, that these fish are all over it. Oh yeah, Art, you're a good luck charm. Feel a little bit more confident here with 4X, I'll tell you. I may have this fish foul hooked. No, I got the egg in its mouth. Sweet. Eggs already out. Love this barbless stuff. Never had to touch him. Beauty. I'll just leave the net like that since I can never attach it to my body to begin with. And it's still moving. Man, I hook one down there. It's going to be a while. Yep. And of course, this is big. Look at this thing. This is really big fish. Well, not as big as I thought, but he's certainly feisty. He did me the pleasure of swimming at me. Well, swimming past me. That's a riot. Alright, now I don't have my drag set very high. With intent, yeah. Time to drag a little. Okay. And he may be that big. I feel a lot more confident with 3X than this, but okay, I need some more line. There we go. Yep, and this big boy. Sweet. Boy, I don't know, that's probably not the one I hooked, but that's a good one. They're over there. That could have been the one I hooked. Jeez, Not paying attention. Yesterday at Mossy, I wasn't paying attention. I had a bite, didn't set. Missed him, and here I have a stick caught my fly line. I looked down, and that fish had probably been on that bugger. And I kicked up some silt here. Oh yeah. I pulled it. How did I pull the hook off of him? I never got a good hook stick. I never felt him. That's two of them that were in there. The first one, he jumped and everything else. Darn. Jumped off 3. I'd like to catch one in here. They were stacked. This is my afternoon plan, and I just had the wrong approach. I was wanting to throw the egg, but there's no flow here to make it move. Oh, and what do I say? Wrong approach. I finally get one on the bugger as I'm speaking. What is going on with this bugger? I have pulled every hook. That's 4. Do I not have a hook on my bugger? I have a sharp hook. That's the 4th one I pulled. And it's got a barb in it. Alright, I've put on the egg again. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fish this other than throw it all the way down and hope something snaps at it. But I mean, I'm knee deep here, which is about as deep as this goes, and it's just going to the bottom. So once again, oops, don't lose that. So once again, I'm going to put it on the tippet below the knot. They said they're all down here now. One's behind me. Chuck it down there, and you would think throwing upstream up would be better, and I say that, and there's a bite. Well, it's been a while since I put my hands on a fish. I've jumped off a few, that's for sure. Pretty little rainbow. He is caught. All right. Sweet. Okay, well, I walked one way. The egg is the deal today, mostly. There's another bite. And this is a better fish. Yeah, about the same. They just turn on and they moved in. I guess I blew them out walking and they've come back and moved in. I would like to not use the net. Beautiful. All right. Well, anglers, I'm wrapping up here at Cedar Creek, Double Spur Outfitters, and it was a very interesting day. The bites came in flurries, probably caught 13, 14, maybe 15 fish, and easily jumped off 7, 8, 9 of them. And caught most on an egg, a few dry dropper. Last fish here at the bridge on a dry dropper, which was very gratifying. Water level is low and clear. It's always a pleasure to come here. You know, it's a stock stream. Sometimes you can really clobber them. Other times you really have to work hard for them, and today was that kind of day. So I hope that you learned